What's up, y'all? Vazquez66 here, just giving you a little guide on how to prepare yourself for the wipe to come. Now, as to when wipe is, no one really knows, but this video will ensure that you are ready for every little barter that you can do to maximize your efficiency in Escape from Tarkov. Let's get right into it. Now, keep in mind, this video is for wipe preparation and for early stages of wipe barters from our traders. From Prapor, really there's nothing too notable. I would do the Keter for the 3 Clin window cleaners. Keep in mind you can purchase it also, but if you're running a little tight on ruble and these window cleaners aren't selling as much or for as much, you can use this as an alternative. For Prapor level 2, you can purchase the BP ammo case. You can buy 2 per reset. It's going to be another 2 window cleaners. That'll help out a lot when it comes to 545 ammo. Now, stopping by Therapist level 1. Therapist is going to be your bread and butter when it comes to the beginning of the wipe, because you want to try to stock up on important heals that you can keep in your butt, your alpha, beta, gamma, and you're technically going to have it every single raid you go. Level 1, first thing, one of the most important ones is your hemo, your Calic B. It's going to be 2 packs of screws. You can find these anywhere when it comes to toolboxes, wooden boxes, any industrial loot spawns as far as streets, interchange, reserve, etc. And you're going to want to stock up on these. Make sure to keep them in your butts. They are pretty rare when it comes to the start of the wipe, so hang on to them. Okay, another very important barter from Therapist is the barter for the Tarkov Director's Office key. You're going to have 2 options, one at level 1 and another at level 2. For level 1, you're going to need 2 ice cream tea, 4 crackers, and 2 squash. Now for level 2, you're only going to need 4 gold chains. This key is very important because you're going to use it for 2 tasks, 1 for delivery from the past, and 2 for farming part 3 from Prapor and mechanic respectively. Alongside that, you're going to have a safe to loot in there, which is pretty good for early flash drives, and you're going to have 3 PC blocks and 1 duffel bag. Just be very careful because early on in the wipe, this room is camped quite often. This barter is not as important, but it's a nice key to have. It is the dorms room 220 key. It's going to require 1 buckwheat, 1 aqua peps, and 5 meds, or pile of meds. Next up, we have the aluminum splint. Very often overlooked. You can use splints, but it's pretty easy to keep an aluminum splint in your butt, and it's 5 charges, very quick to use, much better than using a grizzly. When it comes to the barter, it's just 2 syringes, so not bad at all. Next up, super important item, especially for early wipe, is your CMS, your surgery kit. If you get black legs, early wipe, your metabolism's pretty bad, so you can't just be popping painkillers and not have to worry about hydration. You're gonna need something to drink. So better yet, you can just repair your legs with the CMS kit, and all it takes is 2 repellents. Always keep one handy. Even if it's 2 charges, try to hold on to it. Early on, it could be quite a pain in the butt to get a hold of them. Next up, I would say the level of importance is pretty up there, but not necessary by any means. This is more one of your bougie barters. Your documents case, very handy. Hold your keys. You can hold things like diaries, slim diaries, the tomography maps. You can also put in ruble, euro, dollars, etc. It's going to take 1 cat, 1 bronze lion, and 4 horses. Now this is just for your quality of life when it comes to your Tetris and your stash, your medicine case. I personally go for it as soon as possible. It is a lifesaver. Not only do you get it from this barter at level 2, but you will also get a free one from a therapist task, which I will link right above. And for the barter, all you need are 7 blood sets, 7 syringes, 2 Vaseline, and 4 med tools. Now, early on in the wipe, these items can be quite expensive, so I would recommend, if you are a little low on ruble, try selling these items on the flea market, so that way you can just bump up your ruble count quite a bit. Next up, I want to touch bases with Skier. I'm personally only going to worry about 3 Barters from Skier. There are 2 from level 1 and 1 from level 2. First off, the Press Armor Kit. This is going to be nice. It's level 3 armor, relatively lightweight, and it only takes a horse and a pom-pom, which you can find on any scab, or you can find on a mannequin if you go interchange, etc. Next, one that is nice to have is this 20 round magazine for the SKS, which I would recommend that you practice using the SKS because it is a god-like budget and early wipe gun to use. Very, very cost efficient. The ammo is great. You can use 7.62 PS and you will melt just about anything early wipe, and it really only takes 1 chainlet. Cheap as hell. Now, for level 2 Skier, I'm personally going to go for the RFB. I like having early RFBs, but it does take 2 gas analyzers. So, make sure that either the gas analyzers you have are not found in raid, or you already have enough gas analyzers for your task up above. Now, next up is the infamous Peacekeeper at early game with the UMP and the MP5 Barters. Unfortunately, they did add the bayonets, so it is going to be a little harder to get these Barters, but now instead of 6, it only requires 4 of each knife. One being the black Damascus knife, and the other one being the brown knife. They're both named Bars A2607, so just look out. Every scav is going to have one. Stock up on them, and these are really good guns to have. The MP5 comes with a 30 rounder, and the UMP overall 25 rounder doesn't really need any attachments, and it is really good early wipe. Along with the UMP and the MP5, the Daypack Barter beats buying your backpack from Ragman over and over again if you are having a bit of a rough start, and it only takes a hard drive and a DVD player. Best yet, you can buy 4 at one time, one reset. Now, when it comes to mechanic, thankfully you are going to have another option for the UMP, which is a DVD player, a hard drive, and 2 caps in case you have a hard time getting that bayonet. Along with the UMP, you can get your hands on an SKS that already has a 20 round mag, just a GP coin, and a screwdriver. Early Barters for Ragman. I would definitely pay attention to the Burkett. As I said, if you're having a bit of a rough start, getting these backpacks can get quite expensive. So snagging yourself a few riot helmets will definitely save you a headache when it comes to buying backpacks. Along with the Burkett, you can also get the pillbox, which only requires the 42 signature blend English tea. And from Ragman level 2, everyone knows it, everyone loves it, the infamous diaper rig. All it takes is 3 chainlets and a teapot. If you don't already know what the diaper rig is, it is a level 4 armored rig. It is classified heavy and doesn't really have the best inventory space, but can definitely come in handy. You can insure it, you can toss it in the water, you can toss it in the bush, and you'll most likely get it back. Now, one trader that you will not have unlocked right away at the beginning of the wipe is Jaeger, which I highly recommend you get level 2 and do the introductory task for Jaeger as soon as possible, which you grab it from mechanic, and I'll have it listed above right here. Now, when it comes to the Barters from Jaeger, I would pay attention to the CMS Barter. Just takes 3 nippers for 1 CMS kit. Dog tag case can be nice to have, but these items can be quite expensive, and military flash drive can be quite hard to get a hold of, so I wouldn't really pay attention to that. When it comes to level 2 Jaeger, you can get the survival field kit. Serve kit is 15 charge CMS. It does take a little bit longer, but also heals your limbs to higher health after you have repaired them. It's antique base. This one is going to be more future proofing, but this D-Lock IRD sight mount, this is the mount for the Reap IR thermal scope. Typically, these are very expensive, maybe 100 to 150k earlier in the wipe, whenever people are trying to do test drive part 1. So once you get to that part, you'll definitely want to do this barter instead of buying them from the market. only takes 4D batteries. Very common item. Another thing that is very important is this factory emergency exit key. Now, it does require a factory key already, but this key has 20 charges, and it is so nice because it unlocks the ZB13 extract in customs whenever the power is on. So what I would recommend is using your factory key to 1 charge, then you'll use it for this barter along with 4 Iskras and 1 MRE, so you can get a brand new 20 out of 20 factory. Something just like the medicine case, this is something for quality of life for your stash, so you don't have an absolute horrendous mess. The Halodnik. This is a lunch bag that has quite a lot of room. You can store your food, you can store your drinks, but it does require quite a bit of food items and drink items to begin with. Now, typically everyone does their scav and PMC runs and interchange so they can stock up on the hot rods, colas, herrings, and squash. These items, these 4 in particular, can be quite expensive at the beginning of the wipe, so along with the items required for the med case, if these are selling at a hot price at the moment and you're a little low on ruble, I would recommend selling these first before getting the Halodnik. That way you can get some funds to cushion. Now this right here is just a little bonus cherry on top if you want to be a little bougie once you unlock Jaeger level 3. This is a level 2 barter for sugar. Requires 5 Amelia Rye croutons. Once you turn in your Amelia Rye croutons for your tasks from Jaeger, they're virtually useless unless you're going to do for this barter, which will lead to the Fleer barter. It requires 10 sugars and 6 aquamaris. Sugars at the beginning of the wipe are typically rather cheap. I personally like to use sugar to stock up on my energy before raid, and same thing with aquamari for my hydration. I'll use them to about 1 or 2 durability, and then I'll use them for this barter because having a Fleer is so nice on shoreline whenever people are just sitting around on hills and bushes for Shooterborn Heaven. So keep this handy. All right, guys, now that prepares my barter knowledge prep for wipe. Now, do keep in mind that these are the current requirements for each barter that I had listed before, and they are subject to change with every wipe and every update. Now, if you were able to use any of this information in your current or future wipes and you enjoy the content, make sure y'all scroll down below, hit the sub button, drop a comment, hit the like button, and I will make sure to be pumping out these guys as much as possible. If you have suggestions or requests for any type of future content, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, what was your favorite part of this video? I would love to know. But for now, I don't really have anything else to say except for y'all stay sexy, stay hydrated, eat well, get some rest, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.